Hey, it's Birdman for the Arizona White Mountain Podcast, hanging out here in the studio, and it's time for this week's Community Shout, brought to you by the town of Pinetop, Lakeside. And we're going to start off with some people from the town of Pinetop, Lakeside. I've got with me
Chris Paxman.
Meghan Penrod.
And you guys are here to talk about what, Chris?
So we work with the University of Arizona's Cooperative Extension here in Navajo County, and we're having an open house this week that we want to come talk to you about.
Okay, so what's the Cooperative Extension? Explain that to me a little bit.
So the Cooperative Extension basically works with the University of Arizona to bring the university to the people. So we have various programming from gardening, health, 4-H. You've heard a lot about the Fab Lab, so bringing current technology to our community and our youth. So we would just like to take this opportunity at the open house to really spotlight these programs. We'd love to have people in and asking questions and, you know, having a chance for not only us, but also for the youth in our communities and the surrounding communities as well, to kind of share some of what they're doing as a part of the programming brought to our community by the Cooperative Extension. We've got lots of stuff going on, so we'd love to have you out tonight.
Okay, where's it located at?
It's at, go ahead.
So we're in the southwesternmost building of the Blue Ridge campus. It's the same building as the Fab Lab, so that's where we'll be, is what was the old elementary school, is now where we're working out of.
Okay, and time frame?
5:30 to 7:30.
5:30, 7:30, and cost?
It's free, so just come, enjoy. We'll have some snacks and lots of things going on, and would love to have everybody out.
So just curious, you said snacks. Is the culinary arts department, they involved in that, or is it just something brought in?
That would have been a great idea.
Oops, sorry.
Note for next time.
Okay, cool. So the Cooperative Extension, you're talking about not just for kids, or you are, or what's the age frame or the age?
All ages. Okay. So, you know, we target from youth all the way up in our community. So we are interested in what our community wants, what kind of research we can bring from the university. You know, our goal is to create new programming to meet the needs of our community based on research from the university. I think a lot of the gardening programs, some of our nutrition programs can target our adult population. A lot of the 4-H programming targets our youth. We like to have adult encouragement in that through volunteer opportunities. A lot of the activities in the Fab Lab are geared towards our youth. Mm-hmm. And right now we have some exciting things happening with our youth in the Fab Lab. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the contests they're doing?
So the Blue Ridge 4-H Junior High Physics and Engineering Club has gotten to the finals for a contest by Samsung called Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. Oh, wow. So they're in the top 100 in the country right now for this competition. If they get the grand prize, the grand prize ends up being $150,000 in equipment for the school, for the club.
And that's all there through the school? Yeah. And the 4-H club?
Yeah, it's collaboration of the 4-H club and the junior high club.
That's very good.
And they're also working to participate in a NASA competition. So we've got kids through 4-H building a rover, and they'll travel to Huntsville, Alabama here in a couple months to compete with other teams across the country. And I believe there's other countries who come in and participate in that as well. So that's something exciting.
So our current space program and the things that we see out there and the things you see on Mars and stuff like that, I mean, this all started in high schools where kids were excited about this. They engaged with programs like this, mm-hmm. moved through, and then were helped in the colleges and got it up in space, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So these are key to development moving forward and stuff like that.
Yeah. Engaging our kids in these STEM activities, you know, hoping that will continue that into college and then into careers beyond that. An example of a project that's geared not only to youth, but some of the adults in our community would be a bee project. We were granted a small grant to purchase beehives. For bees. Small grant, yes, for our bees. We actually currently have 7 hives purchased, 5 of which have bees in them, and so we've been having quite the experience learning how to be beekeepers, but it's been a fun part of reaching out to the community, participating in meetings with a lot of other local beekeepers. It's generated a lot of interest, and so that is an example of another type of program that we have going on.
Pretty
what
awesome.
else can you think of?
So one question I have is that, so if people aren't able to make it tonight, because a lot of people, you know, they're able to make it or not, or they watch the show on Friday and they're like, oh crap, I missed. How can they find out more information? And how can they engage with the the Cooperative Extension?
So we do have a Facebook page where we are continually posting new content, showing what's going on. We also announce events that are coming up. We have workshops for, from, like Megan said, from kids up to adults on a variety of topics, from like bees and range management, agriculture, gardening, all sorts of things like that.
Very good. Awesome.
Yep.
Anything else that you want to mention now? Or just reach out and find you on Facebook?
Just reach out and find us Facebook. There's also a website that has our contact information and numbers. So
Cool. We'll put that info down
please
below.
reach out, ask questions. We're always willing to sit down and talk to people, to show them what we're doing, to listen to perhaps some needs they'd like to see in our community and see how we can collaborate to make those things happen.
Okay, once again,
Meghan Penrod,
And Chris Paxman,
thank you very much for your time today. Appreciate it.
thanks for having us.
thank you.
Still hanging out here in the studio with me now, I've got Chief Shelley with the City of Sholo. How are you, sir?
Good, I'm doing well today.
So you're not here for my warrant, though, right?
No.
Okay, good.
We'll still work on that later.
We're going to talk about Sholo Meals on Wheels.
Right.
Can you tell me about your involvement with it and why you get started?
Since moving up here a little over 6 years ago, one of the programs that they had up here was Meals on Wheels. Didn't really know a lot about it. The board was it was kind of hidden from all of us. Wasn't really out there a lot. Since Steve Beardsley came in as the president of the board, overseeing that, he came and asked me about this, and then I started doing some study on it. And as you well know, because you're also a board member, that you looked at it and said, "Oh, this is a great program.
Yeah.
This is something that we really need out there. But how do we get it out there?" So some of the other board members from like Horn Auto, or from White Mountain Independent, with Wiley. I mean, all these different people that are on there. I say Dan McLeod out of Horn.
Right.
But those are the ones that you look at and go, wow, these are all people that want to do something really good for their community. So that's how I kind of got into it. And I've been doing it for probably about 1.5 years or so now on the board.
And like you, I didn't even really know it had a board. It's run out of the Sholo Senior Center.
Right.
And they do all the meal prep, all the food, and then they do the delivery. I guess most people don't know that the biggest thing they're looking for is people to actually take the food to.
Yeah, that's correct. And, we're coming up to that time where summer and people are starting to come back up on the mountain, which I don't understand because there's a lot of people still up here. And we still need all the help we can, especially in the winter months, because a lot of the people that do volunteer are here in the summer only. So we're hoping to get more people in doing those things. Someone even made a joke and said, hey, maybe the police officers on their normal patrols can drop off stuff. And I said, well, probably not, because most of the time the food's going to get cold real quick because we're going to be on call.
Food there.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. So multi-purposing, I love it, but at the same time, you got to keep the guys focused on the job, what they're doing, so and available for that. But Meals on Wheels, great program. And working with the state and other non-governmental organizations out there, trying to find the people that need it. And we're still reaching out for everybody to you got family members and friends and things like that.
Yeah.
A lot of proud people out there like us, that we think we can do it all and we don't want anybody else's help. But this is one of those things where, as a friend, you need to do that for them, or a family member, you need to do that for them because, it does affect their health. And quite honestly, it's a really cool thing to get involved with, so that's a good thing.
So check out, there's a Facebook page, and there's also a website, and
Correct.
you look up the Sholo Meals on Wheels. It's pretty straightforward, easy to find. The one thing I want to mention to a lot of people is that there's been some people that have come into the community that are moving up here or are residents up here already that have donated things like cars. I mean, like a whole entire car, purchase that to be able to get these meals out to people. So thanks to them. That's really a cool thing. You can find those people specifically listed and noted if they wanted to be on the Facebook page. Thank them when you see them out in the community, or thank them online.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, a lot of us do it for no recognition. I'm only here to make sure that people know that this help is out there.
Yep.
And that we're always looking for good people to be involved, but we want to help out as many people as we can. So.
Very good. So once again, Chief Shelley with the Sholo City of Police. Geez. Once again, let me do that one more time.
Try it again.
Once again, Joe Shelley with the
City of Sholo. I'll finish it for him. He's having a tough day.
There he is. Hey, say hi to him when you see him.
Yeah.
Hey, that's going to be it for this week's Community Shout here on the Arizona White Mountains podcast. Reminding everybody, hey, check out the Instagram page, check out the Facebook page, make sure you're hashtagging away, hashtag AZWM and all the rest of them. Go find them and we'll find you. I'm Birdman reminding you if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.